So there are some gold farms that I truly enjoy. These ones are the ones that I can expand with other professions in order to make more gold for my hours worth of farming. So today we'll be exploring the Thorium ore farm in Silithus. Let us begin. So starting off this gold farm, we'll be wanting to pull up the Worth It recorder, as always. Clicking play, and what we'll be doing is we'll be farming up the thorium ore deposits, the rich thorium ore deposits, and also the true silver ore that actually comes along with this farm. What you're going to be generally wanting to do is going around the outskirts of the actual zone and be farming up all of the materials. However, I will be picking up herbs in this video because I do not like leaving gold on the table, and if I see a herb I will definitely pick it because that is additional gold for my time. Another thing that you may want to recommend is by using the Dark Moon Firewater Potion, which once used will increase your mining and gathering speeds. This is pretty good, especially if you're actually gathering up materials, and otherwise than that, this is a great farm in order to do. Typically, what we're actually going to be wanting to farm up is not the actual thorium ore on its own. We'll be wanting to make good use of the arcane crystals which drop from thorium ore. This is because it's used to create arcanite bars, which in turn are used to create a lot of high value items, especially when it comes towards old school classic transmog. However, there is another thing why it gains its value because of this, and that is because of the legendary items that you actually receive. This is because of the legendary items in which you can obtain, and sometimes you will need to have specific items such as arcanite bars, which in this video I will be showing the sulfurous hand of Ragnaros. This is because it is used to create the sulfuron hammer, which you need to imbue with the Eye of Sulfurous to create this legendary weapon from old school vanilla WoW. Another item that requires the arcane crystals to create the arcanite bars, and in turn enchanted elementium, which comes from the arcanite bars being produced, is Thunderfury Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. This is why this item goes for a lot more gold than other conventional gems and also ores, and therefore is why I find this to be a much more reliable gold farm, as it is used for a lot of old world transmogs and also the legendaries which will derive its value from. However, this gold farm is pretty straightforward in addition to actually farming, and is one of the easiest ones in order to do. However, I will go on to state that you can take this a step further with some additional notes. What you'll be wanting to do is make good use of your Alchemist. If you use your Alchemist to create the arcanite bars, you can actually use this to create the arcanite bars directly and sell those on the auction house and make good use of your smelting and your arcane crystals because of this, and thus increase the value. However, you can always take this a step further by making sure that your alchemist is a transmutation master. This will give him on average a 20% proc increase when crafting arcanite bars, so therefore you will gain more arcanite bars for the same amount as you would crafting. This is really good, and I really love doing this, and I generally just buy the materials off of the auction house and just craft them straight up as well if you want to take the crafting route. But farming to craft, I find this to be a much more efficient way of increasing the gold value in which I actually do for my hours worth of farming overall. So in conjunction with an alchemist and your miner farming, you can increase the gold value for this than other players, and therefore make more gold in the long run, even if there is competition on your market, even if there is competition overall. And if failing that, if you have a blacksmith, you can always create the sulfuron hammer for the sulfurous, in which you can sell on the auction house for a pretty decent amount of gold overall. Other than that, I would actually go on to say that if you want to check out my game Void, it is now available on Steam. Please check it out, and other than that guys, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.